president that wants to go there. Do you see me going to the village? My child was there yesterday.
Are you coming, by the way?
I have bar mitzvah.
I know, but after the bar mitzvah, many people were saying, well, we hope that Julia comes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And your name is on the guest list, and so you can come after your bar mitzvah. It'll be going on.
Oh wait, but I can't bring children. Wow.
Oh, you can't bring children tomorrow.
But they're not children anymore.
Not really. No.
How old are they?
One's 10
16,
and a half, going on 11.
The 16-year-old, I don't know why.
11, almost. Okay, let's see in what time I'll finish tomorrow and then.
You know, might just want to, if she's hanging out with Jennifer, she could go somewhere.
No shame. I can't put.
It's not my rules.
No, nobody's rules. Nobody defined it.
It says no children.
Oh, I remember that rule.
Yeah, it's a rule.
Okay. So I'll make a plan. Oh.
Going on until 6 or 7 in the evening.
Yeah, so
Betting
stopping
on
for
the
45
you
minutes.
know, all that stuff.
Okay. We'll talk tomorrow.
Oh, you gotta do it early though.
Okay. You didn't see that, right? Oh, there was a huge animal here an animal. Very big one, I would say.
Black one? There's two of them. Black one and
Good evening, Shabbat Shalom. Are we on? Okay. It's great to see you all here tonight because to those of you who are on our Facebook page and on YouTube, Shabbat Shalom, you are missing an amazing event that makes the physical appearance at the synagogue a bit tricky. And the carnival brings a lot of joy and a lot of people to our town, but it makes also a problem with parking and driving, etc., etc. And I'm really excited, A, that I'm here physically and not only in the spirit, and to see all of you. It's definitely much more people than last year, that the Friday night after the Carnival Day. So we are going to start our service on page 120, and I ask Jennifer to light candles for us.
Yeah, this thing is.
Is there another one? Oh, here we go.
Give me. There we go. All right. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Beautiful reading. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. On page 136, I would like us all to read in English from Psalm 29, a Psalm of David. A Psalm of David, ascribed to Adonai, or divine beings. Ascribe to Adonai glory and strength. Ascribe to Adonai the glory of God's name. Bow down to Adonai, majestic in holiness. The voice of Adonai is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. Adonai over the mighty waters. The voice of Adonai's power. The voice of Adonai's majesty. The voice of Adonai breaks cedars. Adonai shatters the cedars of Lebanon. God makes Lebanon skip like a calf, Syrian like a young wild ox. On page 138, I would like that we will all sing together the first paragraph on page 138, and then we'll continue with the last paragraph on page 139, as we will stand and bow down to Shabbat, the Queen. I didn't say the blessing for the rain yet, but rain is always a blessing. Lecha dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. On page 139, בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וגם בצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. Enter in peace, a crown of your husband. Enter in gladness. Enter in joy. Come to the people that keeps its faith. Enter, O bride. Enter, O brides. Please continue to stand as we are on page 144 with Chetzi Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש מרבם, בעלמא דברך יוטה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון יומייכון, ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בהגלה בזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך, לעולם עולמי העלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר, ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בלמה, ואמרו Amen. And we continue with Baruch Hu on page 146. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vahed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. Please be seated. Blessed are you, Adonai, O God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates and thoroughly alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Please join me in reciting the declaration of our faith, the Shema, on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam Vahed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם הקדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Please be seated. And we are on page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. I don't think I ever experienced such a strong rain inside of the synagogue, and I have to say it's really magical. And remember some months ago I had a sermon about the magic of windows? Do you agree with me that this magic is literally happening right now? And it's really pity, and I wish our members and friends could feel it through the medium of our Facebook page, but it's really majestic. And if you will look at the page 158, we do say, who is like your God among the gods that I worship? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnesses your sovereignty. The sea splitting before Moses and Miriam, and I think if we will wait a little bit more, we will have the sea literally outside of the synagogue. And they said, this is our God. Adonai will reign forever and ever. And it has been said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise the you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Israel. And just before Tfilat Amidah, the standing prayer, I just wanted to share a very short thought with you this evening. And the reason is because I think after October 7th, I made the conscious decision that I'm not watching any news on TV. If something, God forbid, bad happened, I will know. If something, God forbid, good will happen, I will know. If the news need to find me, they will find me. But this week, I was fascinated to watch Fox News about what's happening at the different universities in the USA. And I promised to myself that I will not talk politics from the pulpit, and I will not share my personal thoughts about what's happening. And I was thinking, should I say something or not? And then I got an email from a dear friend who is rabbi here in the States, and he sent a quote. And that quote made me think that maybe I should say something. He wrote that the rabbis of the Talmud had a saying for times exactly like this, that we are living through them. And it's in Aramaic. It says, "Puk chazimai amadavar." Go out and see how the people are acting. And I think this is so important in our days, because it means that we need to leave our small bubble that we live and our crazy life, and go out and to see what people are doing and what people are saying. And especially my feeling is that we have to see what's happening with the youth. We all the time say that they are our hope, they are the next generation that we want to teach. We retell, just 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, during Passover, we were talking about how important it is to retell the story of our people. But what I saw this week, all these protests, demonstrations, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm talking about the most leading, prestigious universities of the country and in the world, but the images of students barricading, trashing the place, graffiti, hurting each other physically. It's not words anymore. It just left me absolutely astonished. And I switched on, and it was Columbia University, and the correspondent asked a person, there is a word intifada here. What is it for you? And each person had to explain what it is for you. And intifada is something that, for someone who especially comes from Israel, it's a call for more violence, and it's a call for more hatred speech, and all the things that we teaching our youth not to engage with. I understand that there is no right and no, there are those students, they're very, very wrong, and I think it's also very interesting from my perspective to check what is this idea of where the free speech finishes and where it already becomes speech of hatred, because I do believe that when students cannot come to university and to attend classes, and when they are being yelled, go back to Poland from where you returned, this is exactly how it was in Germany back in '39. And it's how it was in Russia. This is the reason why my parents moved to Israel, exactly because of these kind of words. And I think what's happening right now, and how professors that they are Jewish and Israelis are being treated, it's something that everyone, all of us as Jews and as not Jewish people, need to think and to do the cheshbon nefesh, the rethinking of what are we doing wrong with the youth that they allow themselves to free speech like that. And And I think especially because of the Passover, because of the hope that we were talking about, because of all the ideas of we're waiting for something good to happen as soon as possible, and all our prayers for hostages to be returned, what I saw on TV is just absolutely blows my mind. How is it possible that in 21st century, in the place that always, for me, as an outsider, looked as a place of moral intelligence, like universities and the leading universities, and I just standing and asking, where are we all going if this is what's happening in our universities? So again, I just had to share it with you because it's something that really, really on my mind, and again, it's something that we can definitely talk more about after the service or another day, but I think when we will come to the resolution of the conflict, and hopefully it will be as soon as possible, and when we will all be sitting and talking about reconciliation and calling for peace from both sides, and how do we want to see our future, I just hope that it will not be too late and we did not miss the opportunity. That's my hope today. We are on page 164. Will you please rise? Adonai sefata tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבם. מלך חוזר ומשה ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, Magen Avraham v'Hezrat Saram. On page 168, Ata Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaya kol atarav lehoshiham, Mechalchel chaim bechesed, Mechaya hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofech holim, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממיר ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, ויחול השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויאכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבת ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. וברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי כבר שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. On page 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul our light within, for the world around us that filled with so much beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustain us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha, ulecha naheh lehodot. Please be seated and let's take a moment for our private prayers and meditations. יהיו לרצון ומפרי פי, וגם לבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. עושה שלום במרומם, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו אמן. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for Israel, and for all over the world. And let us say amen. And at this time of the service, we continue on page 371 with a prayer for all those who need the healing. And we do have names on our program, but if there are other names that you would like to mention, then please do so. Thank you. Thank you. מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our life some blessing, and let us say amen. מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say amen. And we are in this magical time of Sfirat Omer, the counting of Omer, and on page 570, let's say the blessing together. Now I will ask you a tricky question. So who knows? Now I will see who's reading my posts. Which day are we counting today? No. So, almost a bit, just 11? ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו עד ספירת העומר. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who are us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. היום 11 יום שהם שבוע אחד וארבעה ימים לעומר. Today is the 11th day, which is 1 week and 4 days of the Omer. And we are continuing on page 586. And as we are celebrating festival, I wanted to say the festival of Carnival, which I presume we also can have a blessing for festival of Carnival, that we survived the whole week and today, and we are here. So, Penny and Hank, would you like to open the ark, please? Would you please join us on page 586? Please rise. I did ask to check if it's open. Yes. What? This open? What is that? We can see it. The funniest thing is that I it's okay.
We have a shot at it.
Try.
I do it every day.
I know, I broke all my nails, so it's all good. Not too bad.
It is mahogany,
was
even
open.
mahogany swells.
It is, quite quickly. Thank you. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגם you know how we talk about what is the atmosphere of Shabbat? So when the child tells Rabbi, hi friend, this is like the highlights of my day. Literally, thank you. We are on page 598, and our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones and those who are friends and dear loved lost. And as we remember them, we think, what is the meaning of love and loss, life and death? And if there are names that you would like to mention, then please do now. And I would like to wish our condolences to Stella and her family on the death of her dear uncle, Moses Koger, and his funeral was yesterday. And if there are other names that you would like to mention, then please do so. Thank you. And as we think about our loved ones and we recite Kaddish on page 598, let's also think about all those who do not have anyone to say Kaddish for them, and all those who were killed in Holocaust, in genocides around the world, and those who lost their lives in the war between Hamas and Israel. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חיותה וימליך מלכותה, בחיי חון וביום מכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהיה שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהיה שלום רב מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and all over the world. And let us say amen. Please be seated. And as we are concluding this service, I just wanted to remind you that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we are having a bar mitzvah here at the synagogue. So all our dear members that are on island are more than welcome to attend, and it will be great. And the blessing that I want to give us today is that may we always feel God's presence within us. May we always be content. May we always count our blessing. May we always remember that there are those in need and in much worse situation that we are. May we be able to understand how important it is to live life humbly and to appreciate and to give thanks for what we have. יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוניו פניו אליך ויחונך, יישא אדוניו פניו אליך וישים לך shalom. Shabbat shalom, friends. I'm not going to try to sing the final song. You are more than welcome. Your voices are beautiful, and if someone would like to lead, I will join. Your choice. Hey, I can do that. Hey. Hey. Thank you, Jackie. Shabbat Shalom, and may it be a beautiful festival here on island, and be safe. Absolutely, welcome. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.